Hello, and today we are going to be looking at this Wolverine mech that came out in April of 2022. Set number 76202. Now, the thing with this is that it's pretty much your standard Marvel mech. No, we've been getting these for a while now, and they're pretty neat. I like them a little more than the Mighty Micros, because of the fact that you get like an actual figure and not a overly cartoonish figure. However, I do kind of miss that Mighty Micros gave us two figures for the same price as this. The interesting thing about this mech, though, is that if we take a look there at the leg attachment, it is different than if we take a look at the box here. And the reason is because that was apparently considered to be a stability issue. And now, I find that to be really interesting because this was supposed to come out in January and they delayed it until April. Now, we've got these 5 pieces here, and so we're going to go ahead and just quickly swap these out, and we'll see if the stability issue is actually there. So now we've got him all built up with that more quote-unquote unstable connection for the legs that he has on the box. And as you can see, he is really stable with it. You know, obviously, I think he bounces better not on the studded surfaces. But, you know, you can see him there. They're not unstable, which I was really curious about until, you know, because I wanted to know why they would delay it for 4 months, even though I don't think this is unstable. And meanwhile, with the fix that Lego made, it puts the legs unevenly, and it also creates a weird anti-stud on the back of the legs, as well as tiled off front of the legs, which I don't know, I think is weird. I don't quite like. But then, the other day, I was going through my local shop, and I got this Eternal set. And now I'm not really interested in the Eternals. It wasn't good. And so this is the only Eternal set that I bought new in box. Mostly so that I could take Icarus here and fly him into the sun, of course. But also because on this deviant creature here, if you notice, let's see, on this deviant figure here, if you notice, the arms have that same connection. Yeah, they share the same connection that the original mechs shared at their hips. And when I built this one up, I thought it was really interesting because we're gonna remove these wings because they're really big and they get in the way for what I'm wanting to show right now. And you may already see it, but this arm here, it's got that little bit of a looseness to it, which is really interesting because it doesn't happen with this arm. This arm is actually quite stiff, but this arm has that little looseness to it, where it can sort of just swing back and forth there. And so I think that's interesting because I can understand why that would be a flaw that LEGO would want to fix, but I also think that it is a really easy flaw to fix that I think LEGO didn't do the best job at, where I think instead of using these pieces, I think all they had to do was if they take this piece here that pole is going to go into, and then you add one of these studs with the hole. If you add it to that, then put it back on to that pole there, it doesn't flip around, and in fact it actually makes it tighter. And so I think that's the connection that LEGO should have gone with. And I would like to see on, the future Marvel mechs, I'd like to see them use this same connection, but potentially just add a couple studs with holes in them to make sure that that connection is a strong one, because I'm not a big collector of these mechs. I only really got this one for the video, but also B, that Wolverine, because it's been quite a while since we've got a Wolverine. But then meanwhile, the connection that they did does make the legs uneven. I don't like that. I think it looks really awkward. I think it would look a lot better if they just added a couple of those studs with the holes to them. But ultimately, that's really all I have to say on this topic. I think it's really interesting that these made it so far through the line, that, even on their instruction art, they've still got that old connection there, even though they changed it. And I do think it's weird that it got so far down the line, even though Lego had previously released a set with that connection, which is the set that I noticed the issue on, but I guess they didn't find it that much, which, to be fair, I've tried this with four of these connections now, and only one out of the four was loose like that, and so I can understand how they would have missed it, but I do think that that stud with the hole is easily the best way to fix it, and I hope that moving forward Lego will adapt that into their future mechs. So hope you enjoyed this small little video, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye bye.